As we say,
frenetic, some might say.
Pardon?
Frenetic, some might say.
Is it frenetic? Frantic, frenetic. I'd say frantic.
John McCabe's coach is tending to his open wounds with Vaseline.
I'm intrigued what we're going to see in the third round. In the first round, John played an excellent kind of distancey, rangy game. In the second round, he was a lot more content to stand in front of Shaun. Maybe more of a static and a stable game, standing in front, looking to land some hard punches. I'm intrigued what we'll see for this third round.
Third and final round.
I think it's fair to say that Shaun, if he wants to win this fight, needs to finish this round. And probably, from what we've seen, the best chance he has is on his feet. John's saying something
away
there. We've seen less volume of strikes thrown by John so far this round than in the previous rounds.
If you look at the eyebrow of Shaun McCabe, you can see there's quite a deep cut there. It's glistening red. It's hard to identify what that was from, but he's definitely been cut open.
John's mouth is open. He's walking around with his mouth open, which might indicate that he's a little bit tired. We're seeing a little bit less movement from John this round. It might be because he knows he has it in the bag with the first 2 rounds. But still, Shaun is bringing it. Shaun is wanting to look for the finish. As you see there. I think that was a slip. I don't think that was a knockdown.
Shaun sprawling. John Carr managing to work his way back to his feet.
Shaun's got a headlock.
Yeah, he's got the arm in headlock.
John needs to work on separating the wrists.
And
there is a guillotine.
He's looking to
it looks like there's a guillotine being set up here.
It is under.
John needs to work those wrists.
Pushing his hips forward. That is under. That is tight.
John, you can see
from the throat of John Carr.
He's not controlling John's hips. John is
going
a taller
for the high
person.
elbow guillotine.
John's trying to control those wrists. Lift his.
John is hanging in there.
I can see from this position, John needs to sink down. John has got a glove in there, but no doubt this is tight.
He needs to create some space between him and the
John's
hips.
worked it now. He's got the hip.
His chin is out.
Shaun knows that the second John got his hands clasped together, I think that's where the guillotine, I mean, it's still there, but I think it's less threatening than it was. I think Shaun knows this, hence why he's starting to throw strikes.
I think Shaun's given up on that guillotine, but he's happy that that is definitely fatigued John Carr. However, he also must know that he needs to go for the finish. John Carr still stuck.
John seems to be the more tired of the 2 fighters, but he gets his head out. Shaun does an excellent job reversing the position, pinning him against the cage.
I think going for that long without breath could do that to you.
John looks relieved to have his head out now.
Yeah, I think that came very close.
I think maybe John's showing some high fight IQ here. He knows that he probably got the first 2 rounds in the bag. The onus is on Shaun to
ride
finish
out this one.
Shaun needs to drop underneath those hips if he's looking for that takedown. Shaun disengages, gets some distance, and throws the strike on the way out. John in the center of the ring. Lands a heavy high kick.
Finally is back.
Shaun is end of the round there, last flurry. That was interesting. I would say.
John Carr versus Shaun McCabe. Shaun finally showed himself at the end. He showed his cards with that guillotine attempt.
I would say Shaun was the more consistent fighter across all 3 rounds. He started off at a consistent tempo and he kept that tempo up. We saw John start off with excellent footwork in the first round, kind of slowed down in the second round, and towards the third round, very little movement from John. And that's where we saw Shaun start to pick up the pace and take control of the match. And that's when that guillotine attempt came. I wouldn't be surprised though. I think John did do enough in that round to take the win, 2 rounds to 1.
I think no questions, yeah. First 2 rounds, no questions to John Carr. Last round, again, dominant striking. However, he unfortunately just got caught in that guillotine, which looked very close to being a finish.
Fighters to the center of the cage, please.
We go to Lance Murdoch.
Once again, ladies and gents, we consult the judges' scorecards. I can tell you it is a unanimous decision. To the red corner, Shaun Carr!
John Carr, our winner by unanimous decision.